getting comfortable. They're going to put their caps on. There's the handshake, and we are off and rolling. Here we go. Oh, he has thrown the cup onto the table, and we're off. Always a good feeling to start by making a home board point. And always a good feeling to run and escape a checker, especially when your opponent makes that home board point. All right, Todd's game plan is clear. He just wants to hold that checker back there. John's going to hold 2 checkers back there. Some excellent rolls to start. Nothing difficult yet. Oh, it's fun when it's easy. Backgammon is fun when it's easy. All the plays are playing themselves right now. Also, if you are in the chat and watching, please let us know if you're at the event. Let us know what the snacks are like.
4 and 5.
So John has achieved some full freedom here, which he absolutely loves. Trying to figure out if he wants to completely safety that blot and stack up a 6-point or bring it down to the 8. And he wants to be nice and safe and keep his full freedom that he is enjoying. We all enjoy freedom when we have it. Todd looking to anchor up, play some defense. And we've entered a pretty standard holding game. Now it's time to look at the race for John to see if he has a double. Not yet. Needs a little bit more of an advantage. He's probably waiting to make his 7 or 4 point as well before tossing the cube out to Todd. And Todd's strong home board will also affect that decision. Double 5s will put Todd way up in the race. Still wants to keep his midpoint, or is thinking about it at least, to keep John in check with his midpoint. But he might just decide to bring it all down and around. Actually, the race is pretty close right now. Looks like 97 for John.
Sure that was the starting position. Did you have 3 on the 7? Todd? Did you have 3 on the 7 to start with?
109. I could be wrong for Todd. I could have miscounted that.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think this one was here.
Yeah, so it could be that Todd is still behind by a few pips, even after the double 5s.
No, it was here.
Okay.
Because I played the 5-2.
And looks like there's some discrepancy as to where that spare checker was.
So 5-5 for you.
Whether it was on the 7 or the 8. So it could be 105. Let's check it. Maybe it's 105. Or, yeah, it could be 105. I'm sorry, 103, 105, 103 maybe, if I'm counting right. I count very fast, but I also count very incorrectly. So it could be, it's an extremely close race.
No?
And that's an illegal play. And that is the legal version of that play. And so he's probably deciding between this or making his 2-point. Or maybe a little bit of both, like this. And that's going to be the 1. Six-4, not what John wanted. He's going to have to burn some checkers on his 2-point, which is not ideal. Certainly doesn't want to be leaving a shot at this point against Todd's super strong board. John just looking to get home safely. You'll have to burn another checker. And Todd is dreaming of boxes at this point. But the race is still extremely close, so even if John leaves a shot he doesn't want to, we might see a cube if Todd can get some threats going on. And 2-1 will leave something, most likely an indirect shot in the outfield. Don't know if that's enough to double. Certainly a hit would be a market loser, so it really depends what shots he leaves him. Very likely will come down and maybe slot the ace. He's probably counting all the shots. Hanging back on the 13 only leaves the 6-4. So it would be 6-2, 6-4, double fours. If he comes down there, that's only 5 shots. Unless I've missed something, which is possible. Am I not seeing the dice? Oh, that was double 2s. So you can forget absolutely everything I just said. I don't know what I was looking at, why I thought that was a 2-1. So never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Sometimes we just see different numbers. However, if that were a 2-1, then you can listen to what I was saying. So instead, Todd runs with the 1 checker. This is still very even. John's going to be super safe. Todd is going to bring it in. Rule 1 of backgammon: read the dice correctly. Both players are certainly going to be pausing before each roll right now to consider the cube. And for those of you who don't know, every time you have access to the cube on every turn, you should at least be thinking of it. If you have access to it, you think about it. This is purely a race right now. Todd would have loved a big number to get out and around. Instead, just crunches his board. And now John's going to think about it even more. He's going to be bearing off. He's going to be the first to bear off. So he's got 7 checkers there on the 2-point. He's got 55. To 56. So he's only up a pip, but he will be bearing off checkers, and Todd does have some wastage. And decides that's enough to flip the cube. And Todd seems like a very good take. He's certainly in this race, lots of racing equity. 3-2, and that's a great number for John. He gets to put Todd in the air. And as long as he doesn't leave any shots now, he's in excellent shape. And that's the shot. That is not the number he wanted. Todd loved to throw a 1 right now, or a set of boxes and just get around the board. But a 1 would certainly be incredible, especially if he can jump out. He gets the 6, so he's going to be running and racing. and itching to give that cue back to John. But John's throwing big numbers, so looking like it's not going to happen. Todd needing the big numbers. That is not the big numbers. That is the opposite of the big numbers. And a well-timed double by John and miss by Todd could lead to an early 2-0 lead for John. All right, John will take a 2-0 lead in just a moment. I'm going to reach out to Tournament Central. All right. I've just confirmed that you are, in fact, watching me. I just can't see me. So I don't know what's going on with my YouTube, which means I might not be able to see you guys in the chat. I'm not sure what's going on, but that doesn't matter. 2-0 to 11. Here we go. It's a big roll for John. He hits 2. That is absolutely powerful. And depending on what he rolls here, we could see an early double pass. Dances. This is it going to be a cube? An immediate cube. I'm going to guess Todd doesn't want any part of that. But he's certainly going to think about it, especially being down in the match. It is early, but a 2 on the roof with a weaker board. He's down in the race. He's really got nothing going on. And he might just want to give up the 1 point now. And he takes it. He's going to challenge John to make it happen. And John's going to probably be pretty happy about that. He is now looking to just smash his face, make his 5 point. It's kind of a nice feeling when your opponent takes a cue that you know you have a commanding, when you have a commanding authority in the game at the moment. And you just start to see metaphorical dollar signs in your eyes, just ding, ding, ding. Double 1 will probably see a shift to keep Todd in the air.
2 more.
And then give him some flexibility to get those back checkers out and around. He definitely doesn't want to get trapped at this point at all, and give Todd any hopes of a recube. Todd's going to do a tempo hit, not allow him to get attacked on the 4 point unless double 4s pop up. John's going to send another checker back, and now Todd's actually looking to anchor up and get some kind of back game going at this point. Either on the 1 or the 4. And that'll give him the double anchor. And we got a 2-4 game coming up. He might also just hit on the 5 point to play pure. But at this point, he's so far behind. This has got back game, double anchor, holding game written all over it. He does have pretty good timing for this kind of thing. Still has his midpoint. And so we might be looking at a longer game here. as Todd hangs back and waits for a shot while slowly developing, very slowly, hopefully for him, developing his front position. But with this hit, that could start to change the strategy. Looking like making the 4-point, and then it's probably either the 9-point or stepping up, or the 11-point, or maybe even stepping up from the 23 to the 21. Oh, forgive me, I'm communicating with Tournament Central. It's considering the 3-1. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if he has the full roll to play. Certainly tricky. Obviously wants to make his 5-point, but there's a lot going on. And given the situation, he wants to play very pure. Doesn't really care if he gets hit at this point. Although he did lose his midpoint, and that's usually pretty important in a back game. He gets to keep the block there at the moment. John can't hit him there. He can definitely send a checker back if he wants to, but he's also probably considering not hitting him and helping his timing. And just playing safe all around. As tempting as it is to start smashing checkers, really once your opponent is in a back game, you don't want to help their timing. Okay, I finally have the stream up. Thank you for sending me that. I can now see the comments. Thank you, Catastrophic. Greatly appreciate that. Hello, James. And John does put one more checker up in the air, while simultaneously making the 11. Top with 4-2. Probably wants to come in on the 4-point to allow himself 6s to escape. Question is the 2. Do you want to play a pure to the 9 or bring down and safety that checker onto the 11? I imagine he would love to remake the midpoint. And yeah, minimizing shots. He's not really looking to trap John's back checker at this point. He's far from that part of his back game. That is not a bad roll at all. He gets to come in, jump out, and possibly safety up a checker. Looking to minimize the damage. He definitely wants to, I would think, come out with a 5 or 6 next roll. Doesn't want to start putting his spare checkers on the ace and deuce point yet. He wants to hang back. Yes, catastrophic, thank you. I am floating in space. Today I am broadcasting live from orbit. I am over the moon with excitement, as should you be, to see these absolutely incredible players playing this game that we love. All right, Todd, big roll here. Fort 2 is not what he wants. He's going to have to put a checker on the ace or deuce point. Oh, that's a 3. No, that's the 4. There you go. Or the, yeah, so he's keeping it pure, which is kind of the way to go. He really needs to get those spare back checkers in motion so he can start playing with them, but John's going to make that a little harder now. He could start to prime him in by the 9 point or the 7 point. He also very much wants to clear his 8 point. But a priming structure against this back game is very strong, especially if Todd doesn't escape now. He's going to start crunching his home board even more, and that will make his efforts much more difficult. Good morning, everybody. Unless you're on the other side of the planet, in which case, good evening. Have some tea, have some coffee, have a cocktail. Have a snack. Have a great day. Double threes are always difficult. I don't think there's too many backgammon players who would disagree that double threes usually create the biggest blunders, the most difficult decisions. There's so many options and choices. You can play the threes. It's almost like a small double 6 in a way sometimes, and that you can move 2 checkers, 6 spaces. Double threes usually provide the most options and therefore the greatest chance of making a huge mistake. And it's kind of the role you love to hate or hate to love. It can be insanely good, and at the same time, at least for me, it's kind of like, oh, all right, now I have a chance to make a big mistake. But that's me. I'm a negative person. I'm sure positive people get very excited about it. Let's see, pardon me. All right. And we're back. Double ones is not what Todd wanted. It doesn't hurt him too badly, but he's got to start breaking those checkers. John with a really good play forced Todd to roll a 5 or a 6 or crack. He probably doesn't want to go anywhere near his ace point. He might go there, but the ace point in a back game or double anchor holding game is kind of like instant death. If you do end up getting that late hit, it's so difficult to contain your opponent. And so he'll most likely just play to the 2. Yep. Thomas from Canada, he's the winner of the first in, first to light contest. Hello to you. Needs to get out with the 5, does. The 2 isn't too bad. He can just step up as well to see daylight with the back checker. Which I imagine he will do. There you go. Puts a little pressure on John with that back point. 6-2, he's going to hit. Doesn't care if he gets hit back. He'll just recirculate that checker. And possibly even pick up another blot on the way. Which Todd necessarily wouldn't mind. It would give him even better timing. 2. John now has 4 points to clear. He's already sent the cube. Usually when you get down to 3 points, I could be mistaken, but when you get down to 3 points, that's when you would normally double, but he's already doubled. So that's not really an issue. Definitely looking to get down to 3 points, though, to clear, and then 2 would obviously be stupendous. Todd gets in. He really, the 5, that's a great roll for him. He gets to liberate a checker. He might get pointed on the ace point. Double 4s is probably not what John wanted. He's going to have to get a little awkward here. Again, not terribly concerned about getting hit on his ace. He can just recirculate, but that putting the gap on the 7 point, the difficulty with bearing in against the 2 points is now very clear. So Todd's going to hit him. And again, if he gets hit, it's not the end of the world. And if he dances, it's not the end of the world. He would love now, again, a 6, a 3, a 5, something to get those spare checkers going. And he gets that. He would certainly love to come in and make a 6 point. Just coming all the way around. Probably don't want to come down and give him even better double 6s. 6-5. John's going to come in and hit 2. Well, Todd certainly has the timing. He doesn't. Not really thrilled about having the gap on his 6 point. But this could still go either way. Yeah, Todd would definitely would have loved to have had a better containment position for when the shot comes, which is highly likely that it will, but this is an excellent way to go about it. John pre-clearing the 8 point. Which is certainly the problem point. If he can get those checkers in and around now, he's going to bring 1 more in. Only now has the 1 blot to clear. He could just play safe to the ace, but this is really what he wants to get out of there. 2-6, 2-4, 4-6, double 4s. 4-3 is not it. But John still has his work cut out for him. This is certainly not over. Even though that's safe, he'll definitely have a lot of bad numbers coming up. And Todd very much still has some fight left in him. Fours will play quite badly for John now. As will 6-5. Here comes the double shot. Todd doesn't really have the beautiful front position that he wants. Hit does not really guarantee him anything, but it would certainly be a start. And he gets that. He's going to have a lot of blots laying around. He might even consider waiting and trying to get another shot. But at this point, his time is running out, and a shot is a shot. He's going to now, I imagine, flood the outfield a little bit, try and get lots of control out there, try and bring around some builders to make his points. And the fight is on. John gets in, pops out. Todd is dreaming of double 1s or a 2-1 right now. Even 1-3, 2-3 is decent. 1-6, he'll certainly hit. Well, I say certainly, but these guys see moves and patterns that I might not recognize. So when I say certainly, I just mean that's certainly what I would do. Doesn't mean it's right. And as we see right here, that's not what he's doing. He is playing pure instead and looking to hit the checker when John jumps out in the outfield, and then he's going to enjoy that 7 point that he just made if and when that happens. right there, perfect example of the way these guys are seeing the board. Double fours, however, is a massive joker. John's going to come in and all the way around to safety. And now he still has some bad numbers coming up, but that just kind of took the wind, a lot of wind out of Todd's sails on that one.
6-2.
He had the hit, he had his little prisoner, and
This was here.
little Jimmy just
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
jumped ship, ran around. And now we got to wait and see what happens. Big roll 3-2. That will not leave a shot yet. John certainly has bad numbers coming up. 6-1, 5-1, 4-1, 6-3, 5-3. Now Todd is getting to a front position that is much stronger. Now if he can get the hit, it could be decisive. There's the 6-3. And he needs the 2. This is the big roll, game-deciding roll right here. Dishes it out, and smash-o gets the 2. John needs to hit back almost immediately as Todd's threatening to cover his 6. Does it, hits it, jumps out. And now we're going to be exchanging body blows here, fighting back and forth. Todd doesn't get the return hit. He will have plenty of checkers in the outfield. John still has not escaped yet. Looking for the magical boxes, certainly. Ooh, almost. 6-3. Triple shot coming up. Gets one of them. And Todd is keeping the dream alive. And now at this point, Todd is dreaming of John rolling a 1 and giving him a second checker. 5-2, he could hit on the ace here. Just to not let him escape. He's doing it tentatively because obviously that's not his main goal. His main goal was to trap him right away. And now he kind of took away the 1s. Todd needs to, it only has the 2 direct and gets that. John sends another checker back, which Todd is perfectly okay with. He can recirculate that checker, no problem. And now again, if John rolls a 1, unless it's a 5-1, 6-1, or double 1, I suppose, he's going to offer up a second checker. That's not it. And putting that second checker on the roof, dancing on the 2-point board was huge for John. And these 2 checkers down, if he can't get these in immediately, which he can't, that'll give John plenty of time to come in and around. He can even pick up a second checker. And John is in the driver's seat for the moment. This is going to leave lots of return shots. This is a big roll as well. Fully expect the hit, and we get it. John dances. This is Todd's chance to bring checkers around in the outfield and put even more pressure. That is not what he wanted on John. Make it more difficult for him to escape. Desperately wants to make that 6-point right now. And I imagine would hit loose with any 5. There, he's got it. He's going to bring down the builder to hopefully make it, I think. Double 5s. He gets the 6-point. That's huge. And now he can start dreaming of a recube. James, you're asking me how many G's? I don't understand the question. How many gammons?
Two.
For Todd, none. John already has some checkers off. And he gets it. He finally made the 6 point. John was trying to escape, kept him on there, and flipped it around. A well-played back game. That is how you do it. That is the dream. Get the checker, contain it, and flip the cube. And we have a tie game, 2-2. Let's see, we got a bunch of people watching. Thanks so much. And we're off again. 5-5, no automatics. Because this is match play. Sometimes in money play, if both players throw the same die, the players will agree to double the stakes, but that is not a thing in match play. Nor are beavers, nor are settlements. My understanding is settlements used to be a thing in some European tournaments way back when in the 70s and 80s, but that didn't seem to stick. Both players starting off pretty strong, decent front positions. John even stronger as a solid prime going in the back now. He might step up to the 7 to improve his position, but he also wants to move his back checkers up. So this is a big boy decision here. Both are tricky. He could also shift over to the 2 point and hit, but that seems less likely. And yeah, decides to step up, challenge Todd to cover the blot on the 9 or use it effectively, which he can't really do. And now John has a better anchor, John has a better board, and that's kind of what he wanted. Todd needs to scramble a little bit to make something happen. And this play leaves no direct shots. Didn't really want the dilly builder on the 4 point, but it minimizes danger right here, especially in the face of a potential double. It seems like it's a little early for. I could be wrong. He has some threats of attacking Todd's blots on the 2, or even jumping out into the outfield and picking up that checker. She might be waiting for 4-1 double hit. That is huge, powerful, and now a big dance could lead to a double, or maybe even too good, but I don't think so. 1-3 hits back. Todd needed that. That was big. Keeps him in the game solidly. Oh, another dance on a 2 point board. Those are brutal. As a backgammon player, we hate to see that. Dancing on a 2 point board is a slap in the face. Just defies logic. It doesn't defy statistics. It's statistically very possible, but it just doesn't look right. 3-4. Obviously, the 3 comes. Sorry, no, I'm looking at the wrong player. I was going to jump out, use this chance to escape. Making his 10 point isn't super important for him. It's more important for him to get out. And the blot he brings out can also help build points in the outfield. He's kind of looking to make his 9 point now, 5 point, 7 point. This could make the 5, but that would leave the blot with a double shot, so he's probably hesitant to do that. Doesn't really want to go back behind John's rack. Also not ideal. He might step up with the 1 just to try and see daylight and board that, counter priming him. Now developing a nice prime versus prime. John with a hefty 3 checkers trap back, but he does have a solid 5 prime front position. Keeping Todd's little baby checker on the 1 point trapped. Now he steps up to the edge of the prime. That's where he wants to be. Safety's the other checker. And Todd's feeling much better about that. Much better about that. So good about that, in fact, that we might see a double here. Maybe he wants to get out first, but he is looking very strong. Double 5s is perfectly fine. Oh, no, not those checkers. Those checkers. Makes the 5, makes the ace. His board is strong. And the doubling window is approaching rapidly for Todd. Clearly wants to get that checker out. Not rolling a 6 could start to become disastrous for him. Like that. Now, does he want to give John's 5 or 6s to jump out? He's going to give him 6s. Normally, he'd love to slot the deuce, but at this point, he doesn't want to have an extra blot in his home board should a hitting contest occur. He doesn't want to have the liability on his 2 point. And so, even though we don't like burying a checker on the ace, it certainly beats having that extra blot. Normally, in this situation, as we approach the end game, having extra blots in our home board could lead to bad things happening. And he's going to continue that strategy. 5-3. John would love to hit that checker loose, but doesn't really want to get rid of that beautiful 5 prime he has still. Just challenging Todd to roll that 6. Or crunch it. And he's starting to crunch it a little more. And now he's going to have to pile it up on the 4 point. Same theory, doesn't want to leave the blot. Although at this point, he realizes if he left the blot, he would have been fine. And now John with the cube, realizing that if Todd doesn't jump out, he's in a lot of trouble as well. John is threatening. If he doesn't roll a 6, he's going to point on him as well. If he does roll a 6, he's going to jump out with his back checkers. So because Todd couldn't get out, now John's in control. Excellent double. And now John is just looking to smash that checker. Oh, big 5s are very destructive. Todd would love to roll the famous, dare I say it out loud? I won't say it out loud. That was the wrong 7. And now John has a little bit of time, but he needs to get out fairly quickly. Definitely has that roll, or maybe even another one. But wants to get his back checkers out, or he's going to be in the same position Todd was in. Todd dancing. This is a big roll for John. A 5 now would be bad, but that is absolutely excellent. Gets another roll to get out. Needs the 4-6 right now. Doesn't get it, and now Todd is starting to dream about recubing. If he can get out, he will have the better position. And once again, John needs the 4-6. Who can roll it? Who can roll better? There it is. There's the 4-5. Anything can happen still. Anything can happen. Some big rolls here. 6-5, 6-1 would be incredible for Todd. It's not incredible. John still can't escape the back checker. Big rolls here. These are game-deciding rolls. Every roll could completely flip the tables at this point. 5-3 again, still can't get out. Who's going to get out first? There it is. Todd is out. He's going to hit him. Big rolls. Every roll. Game decider here. 3-1 is huge. Sends another checker back. Todd needs to get in with a 6 now. Quickly. Doesn't do it. Wow, John continuing to just be trapped. Who can roll? Who can roll? Neither player really producing the numbers they need. Yet again, John's time is running out. If he breaks another point, that could be bad. It's bad. It's bad. Todd wanting the 6, just thinking, please roll a 6, please roll a 6, please roll a 6. Love 6-1, 6-5 would be interesting if he hits and leaves the extra blots or just jumps out in the outfield to get control. 6-1, he would almost assuredly hit on the 3-point. John just trying to decide now how to play the 1. He's mostly thinking, if I don't roll this 4-6 again, what numbers are good, what numbers are bad? Obviously, if he gets out, he gets out. But if he doesn't get out, he wants to minimize damage control. Hello, Ramesh. Welcome to the chat. Todd needs to jump, dishes it out, still trapped. John needs to jump, dishes it out. Double 3s is absolutely disastrous for him. The other play would have saved it, but now offering up a second checker to Todd. I don't know if he's waiting to hit it or he's going to recube him now, but this is going to be a pause, certainly, to think about this. Throws a double 5. That is going to hit him and point on him. Does John have any check? John does not have any checkers off. And once again, Todd could be stealing another one. Doesn't come in, and could it even be too good? I don't think it's too good with that second checker out there. Maybe that's what he's wanting. I don't know if anyone knows what the recube status was right there with XG. I'm curious to know. There's certainly some cube decisions in here. And now he's wondering if bring the second checker in or just keep both out there for a little bit of control. He's in no danger of getting hit immediately. On 6 dances again. And this is tricky. Obviously, John could jump out and get around. But Todd could also pick up a second checker. He could also cash it out. Probably at any moment. I would assume this is a pass. I really don't know. Sometimes the cube be tricky like that sometimes. Obviously, John jumping out right now, 2-5, 2-6. Keep things alive for him. Yeah, James says John missed a huge double. John didn't have the cube. You might have meant Todd missed a huge double. There it is, the recube. And I can't imagine John's going to take this one. And Todd has stolen another one, 4-2. Moving up. This is backgammon, folks. You think you're winning? Think again. You have lost, and lost big. That's why we love this game. The excitement, the swings, the back and forths. Yeah, anyone in XG, let me know There were cube decision. James says there was a huge double missed. Again, I have to assume you mean Todd. Missed a huge double since he had the cube. We are in the first match of the day on another incredible day of backgammon with incredible players, incredible viewers like yourselves. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having me here. I am psyched. Center myself a little more in the universe around me. Floating in space. The players are on break. Small break. 4-2. Got a lot of backgammon left. Match to 11 points. It's a beautiful day where I am. I hope it is a beautiful day where you are. And if it's not a beautiful day, hang out inside and watch some backgammon. As always, if anyone has any good jokes, put them in the chat and let's see what's going on. All right. I'm not sure who's playing on stream 1, but I imagine they're good. Let's see. Oop. What happened? I lost the chat. Someone said something. Yes, John O'Hagan and Todd Obadal played each other last night as well, waking up and playing each other this morning. A lot of times that happens in tournaments. You just end up playing the same person a few matches in a row. I had that happen in one of my tournaments. I had to play the same player 3 times in a row, and we ended up, it was kind of playing for the finals. And then you get a little mini rivalry going with someone. It's kind of fun. Again, commercial free. This is all brought to you by the USBGF, the American Backgammon Tour, and Backgammon.com. We are again looking at a beautiful Joker backgammon board. They are super fun. And because there's no commercials, this game is also brought to you by the game Dosh. One of my hobbies is designing games. I'm going to shamelessly plug my own game. I don't know if you can even see it with the background. The game is Dosh. It is an abstract strategy game with a touch of luck, kind of in the realm of backgammon. It is nothing like backgammon, but it is abstract strategy with a touch of luck. Please go check it out. It is available at thegamecrafter.com. Thegamecrafter.com. The game is called Dosh, D-O-S-H. You could also find it under Twilight Games, which is my handle on YouTube, where there are also some instructional videos. Please go check it out. Twilight Games. The game, again, at thegamecrafter.com. Hello, Ramesh from Thailand. And Pixie is on as well. Pixie was watching the other stream, but couldn't see the dice, so they'll try here. Hello. We can see the dice. Seeing the dice is important. I don't know why you couldn't see the dice on stream 1. Maybe they were using glossy dice. We've learned to use matte dice, usually gives a better picture. And Pixie's joining us from Vancouver Island. We are international, from all over the world, players from all over the world, viewers from all over the world. Backgammon is a worldly game. You thought the World Cup was worldly. Let's talk backgammon. Let's see, James is saying, no, I did not, but I don't know what you didn't do. Read contemporaneously. I'm not, of course it's a big pass. Context, not a lot of context. Not a lot of context in your comments, James. I'm not sure. Of course, it's a big pass. No, I did not. Read contemporaneously. No, at. You're a little enigmatic, I must say, James. You're an enigmatic person. We do like puzzles, but this is a little too puzzly. Pixie, Marty Storr, and Rory Pascar. Possibly that's who's playing on stream 1. Players should be coming back soon. Well, James says I'm not reading when chats are posted. Yes, there's a slight delay between what I am seeing and what is coming through on the stream. So if you put something in the chat, I'm probably going to see it about 1 minute later. So I'm not going to read it immediately, but eventually I will read it.
All right. 4-4.
There's always a slight delay in streaming to prevent cheating. Usually this is between 30 seconds and a minute and a half. So yes, chat comments are not instantly viewable by me, but I will see it and I will acknowledge it if I can. And here we go, players are back. We are running. Double 6 from Todd is lovely, not perfect, but certainly he will take it. And jump out to a huge racing lead immediately. He's now in a racing blitzing type position. John is in no hurry to get off the ace point unless he also rolls big doubles. James saying it was a huge cube when John had the 5 prime with 2 spares to hit. Got you. Understood. 4-3, John. Excellent roll, gets to hit and cover the 5 point. That is an excellent defense against the early double 6s from Todd. And now does Todd want to hit on the 5 or cover the 9? Probably hit on the 5. He's got the blitzing position. He's not really looking to prime at this point. He doesn't have a good priming structure. And now John possibly considering doubling. He's got a lot of return shots. He's got the rack in his home board. Plenty of spares on the mid. But things could also go wrong for him, like not being able to throw the dice onto the board. Fortunately for him, there's no penalty for that. 3-4 will hit, send another checker back. Certainly doesn't want to play passive with the anchor. He definitely wants to hit, get in control, and now he might be considering doubling. Todd just has to jump out. Lots of threats here. 4s are duplicated for hitting. Two, 3. Todd will have a double shot here. Doesn't really want to break his 18 to hit, but would love to hit with that ace. And gets to do neither. Oh, no. Die was cocked. So yeah, he could hit with the 3. That is kind of it's almost like a trap. It's a temptation that you really kind of want to fight because the returns are just devastating at that point. He would be playing with 4 blots around the board with a really weak home board. And he wants the hit, but it's just not, it's too risky. And so this is the wise, good restraint. Sometimes you gotta know when to not do that. John, on the other hand, with the stronger board, doesn't mind hitting as much, especially if he gets back. Unless it's with a fly shot 3-6, he's gonna have to break the 18 point. And again, Todd could hit in the outfield, but that would spread out his checkers. He's just going to anchor up and play a little defense, which is much wiser. Three, 2 from Todd. Not much to do there. Would love to get his board a little stronger. It would help him both escape his back checkers and with any kind of attacking chances he might develop in the future. He is getting better outfield control at this point. And John's going to have a hard time bringing around his 2 back checkers. This makes the 3-point. Doesn't want to get hit really here at all, which is why John is pausing. He does have the threat of hitting him with a 5 and then pouncing on him if he comes in on the ace or deuce point, which could lead to a market-losing combo. And here it comes. There is the double. Todd does have the lead. He has the anchors, so it's not as scary for him. And especially if John misses like this, now Todd has a very strong game. He does have the outfield control, and it's gonna be difficult for John to bring those checkers around, as we said. 6-3, not ideal. He wants to safety that blot and not give John attacking chances. 6-4, time to jump out. John, and only leaves indirects, which means even if he hits him, John could have returns on the ace point. Doesn't hit him, but will cover the ace, I think. He could take a moment to try and make the 5 or 4 point, but at this point he wants to be ready for any shots that are left to him right now, which he won't get. Double 2 is an excellent roll for John. Interesting choice here to come all the way around and leave that 1 blot out there. I think the human move that most people would make quickly is to bring the checkers to the 12 and play something else safe. But this certainly makes it easier. It's a pay now, so to speak. 6-3 doesn't get hit, and now it's much easier for John to come in. That's why these players are at the top. They know when to risk it for the biscuit. And this certainly pays off. John dreaming of a 1-5 right now, possibly. 6-5 is a little awkward. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's perfectly fine. It is a little weird. He could have some potential bad numbers, but he's certainly happy with all of that. Todd probably will slot his 4 point right now, or not, or just bring the builders around to make it again. Doesn't want to leave the extra blot in his home board should he get a shot immediately. And now looking to make his 4 or 5 point. That is not at all what he wanted. Double 6 is, is nice for the race, but he just has to bury lots of checkers, and now any kind of hit is going to be much harder to contain John. However, if you can throw the boxes again right now, 4-1. John is in, feeling solid. Todd's trying to steal another one. Doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. Anything's still possible. But it looks like John might be able to hold on to this one and put an end to Todd's game-stealing reign of terror that he's been on. 2-1. Yeah, doesn't want to leave a blot, but also doesn't want to break his 6 point. Doesn't want to weaken his board. There's really not much to do there. 5-3, still plenty safe. No bad numbers for John coming up. Todd hesitant to jump out a little bit in case he gets closed out and pointed on. Not terribly worried about the gammon right now, especially with the butterfly anchor. Running around to safety. John dreaming of 3-2, 6-4 is perfectly fine. Todd 6-3. To run or not to run? Probably not. He'll hang back one more and hope that John throws the disastrous 6-3 right now. Almost 4-3. Not ideal. And if Todd can throw little weeny teeny numbers like a 2-1, he gets to hang back for one more chance. Double twos. He's got to break his board. He will get a potential hitting opportunity, though, which at this point wouldn't really guarantee a win at all. 3-1 is going to leave a shot. Again, even if he hits, the chances of winning are a little lower unless he can keep hitting him and throw him back. It's possible. But there you go. He'll just run, get off the gammon, and most likely we're moving on to a 4-4 game. John able to hang on to that one. It's a tie game. Neck and neck.
4-4.
And we have a 7-point match in front of us. Hope you are enjoying this match. We have had some nail biters so far. Moving on, it's so even they can't even decide who goes first. 3-2. 6-2. Todd will probably hit on the 4 point, trying to make something happen. Maybe. And coming down full force with the 6 as well. 1-3 is going to hit right back. And now Todd wants to use that checker to anchor up or throw a 6 to make a 7 point or hit in the outfield, which he does. And John would love a 6 or 3 return or even a 2 to hit back in the outfield. Gets the 4-3, is not going to anchor up. It's just going to continue the slugfest. Both players trying to keep hitting until one of them gets an anchor. Including right now, this could hit 2, or it could make the 5 point. Certainly the 5 point is always desirable, but the double tiger is also so sexy. Only 8 checkers in the zone, but the double hit is hard to ignore. Was that 2-1? So Todd can cover his 4 point. He can also hit 2 more checkers, but that seems a bit like an overplay, especially with only 8 checkers down in the zone. He's happy to just make his 4 point. John doesn't have too much going on at all right now. He will probably anchor up with the 3-1. One from Todd. Could also anchor up on the 3-point, not really facing a terrible attack from John. So he would probably be more inclined to make a point, which he can't do. He could also do this. That is an odd play. I'm sure he has many reasons to do that. I would not have found that play. The 4 is going to play really awkwardly for John. He, of course, would love to bring a builder down to the 9-point, but that would face further shots. He's going to split, try and gain some outfield control, possibly try and grab that 18-point. And for the moment, it looks like he could get it. Five-3 for Todd. He could continue a loose attack, but this just brings a little more ammunition down there. He's now got 9 checkers, which helps him greatly. And John wants to make that 18-point and will. And that keeps him solidly in this game for defense. Six-1 from Todd, not ideal. He can make the ace point just to solidify his board. A point is a point, as we all know. 6-2. And now John would love to start making some points and trap Todd's back checkers. Todd would like to also make an advanced anchor. Five-point, keeping the upper hand on board strength, which will make it easier for him to get his back checkers around. John loves the 3-1. He could also hit, but he definitely wants to start improving his board. This is a tough call, especially since a hit would mean any follow-up 6s get him sent back. But he would also leave the blot regardless on the 14-point. 5-point is the 5-point. Todd would love to get a 2 hit. Gets the 2. And then he could come into the 6 or start to jump out and start that process, but that would leave 5 blots around the board, which might be a little too much for him. So this is stronger, gets some builders for his 2 and 3-point. Up 2, John's going to jump in and leave more blots. And Todd now is starting to dream of a double. He's got some threats, but he also has some work to do, as they say. His board's much stronger. Looks like he's ahead in the race. He's got the threats, he's got the position, he's got the race. And so it's a double and it's a take, because as we said, he still has lots of work to do. The 4-2, gonna hit in the outfield, gets the second checker back. And that is kind of the way you want to follow up a double and a take, is with a big roll like that, especially with John dancing. And now Todd, with dreams of gammons, doesn't get the other checker, which he absolutely would have loved. And he's keeping things flexible, using this chance to try to escape his back checkers as well. 2-6 for John is going to leave another blot around. I don't know, 5-1. Todd's going to continue the attack. And the 1, if he steps up with the outfield checker, he will duplicate 3s a little bit. And because of that, doesn't get hit. John with the 5, probably just jump out, play with that spare checker, keep all his strip points intact. Double 5s is huge, gets to hit and cover, make a 5-point board, and the gammon threats now loom large. John dancing, he needs to come in now and start making things happen before John brings those back checkers all the way around. Oh, I'm sorry, Todd, before Todd brings those checkers all the way around. Yes, Pixie, you are correct. 27 watching, only 9 likes. Give more likes, please. Please like us. Your approval is our joy. Rd1 duplicating the 2s. Two, 4. Great, John just going to bide his time now and wait for Todd to slip and leave him something. 5-1 will still leave him something. He could remake the midpoint, which would creep everything up. We're kind of entering hypergammonish type positions where only a few checkers are really in play. And then it becomes very tactical. 5-4 does not get a hit. He does get to activate that back checker a little bit, strengthen his board. Excellent roll. Six, 5. He does not get to play the 6. So only the 5. That works out very well for him. And John with double 5s, he is absolutely okay with that. Gets to strengthen his board, keep everything safe. Definitely doesn't want to leave Todd any additional shots right now. Todd's board is just way too strong. This is a great roll for Todd. And Todd now dreaming of middle doubles, 2s, 3s, 4s, maybe not 3s. Double 3s are still okay. Even double 1s would be lovely right now. Big roll for Todd, doesn't really want an off 6. But gets it, has to play the 5. Actually, that's a great 6, because now we can just play safe to the ace and not leave shots. John gets to close his board, and he is ready for Todd to roll a 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, even a 5, 6. Or this, does John bury checkers on the ace point? He might want to. That's a tough call. He could pay now and bring a checker into the 7 and leave 17 shots, but that is a lot of shots. Double 6s is a big roll. He's got to jump out with at least 1. You can bring 1 checker out. There's the 1 checker. Now he gets to think about the other 2. Still behind in the race, so running around. You might want to keep that checker back for contact. And he looks like he's doing that. And at this point, doubles are Todd's friend. Love shifting play with doubles. 4-1 is not what he loves. He's just going to play safely. John's board is now respectable and to be feared. And wow, big doubles again, changing the shift of this game. Looks like 62 for Todd as far as the race goes. 88, if I just counted that right. So for John. So John would still be very behind in this race, if I counted that right. And so he's not inclined to jump all the way out, wants to maintain contact. That back checker is kind of a thorn in Todd's side a little bit. And he still gets to keep a 5-point board this way with this play. Another option could be to just run with the 1 checker all the way. Or even this, even if he gets hit with the ace, there's going to be a lot of return shots. But possibly not enough. Very difficult decision. I would probably take about 25 minutes to make this choice. And timeout. Hello, Alex from Los Angeles. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Always a pleasure to see you in the chat. When you are there, there's some excellent knowledge on our way, to be sure. 2-1 from Todd is perfectly fine. He gets to hang on. Again, doesn't want to leave any blots in his home board should a hitting battle occurred. 5-3. John's going to keep his 5-point board. We're waiting for someone to leave something. Todd 5-3 will still play it safe and leave nothing in his board. But on the next roll, he is almost assuredly going to leave something. And another huge doubles. This time, John will run without hesitation. And if Todd rolls teeny tiny, which he just did, I don't think he has a recube yet. Maybe. 60 for John, if that's right. He's got 8 there. $46. But a lot of wastage for Todd. Which means his barrel will be a little quicker. The gap on the 2-point could potentially very much hurt him. Todd gets the 1 checker in. This race is probably still too close. Good job slotting the 2. That'll make his bear off a little smoother. John gets first off. Todd looking for a big number here to at least stay in this. If he doesn't get in and rolls really small, that could invite a recube soon. Barely gets in, doesn't get a checker off. John might pause about this. Not ready to recube yet, and now, certainly, unless Todd produces, that could end it. $36 for John. 9. This is very close. I can't tell how many check. I think he has 8 still on the ace point. I think this is a recube and a pass, unless I miscounted things. Todd, a lot of wastage on the ace. The gap on the 2-point is going to hurt him. Do a little math, a little mental math. Yeah, almost assuredly a double, and this looks like Todd's going to have to let this one go by the numbers at least. Yep, and does. Very exciting, very exciting.
I need a break.
To the wire, John throwing some big doubles there to flip it around and escape and get ahead in the race. After being trapped back there with two anchors, just held onto it, rolled the big doubles, got out, got around, and pulled it out. He stole one back. That's a little karma there for one of the ones that Todd stole from him earlier. I'm Trex, I am T-Rex. Who's the commentator? Hello. Hello, I am T-Rex. I am Josh Isaac. Who are you? Who are you, man or woman or person? My name is Josh Isaac. Hello, thanks for joining us. I'm thrilled to be here. Looks like the player's going to take another short break. Perhaps they drank a lot of tea in the morning, just like me. Just like me. Sometimes you drink a lot of tea in the morning, means you get a pee a lot in the afternoon, and it's happening right now. Thanks again for joining us. Super excited. Our viewers are going up in number, and the likes are kind of still the same. So please, as always, like the video. Just like I did. I've liked it twice now. I've liked it twice. How many times have you liked it? Try to like it as much as possible. I have now hit the wrong button. Hang on a second. What's happening? Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties on my phone. This is an incredible match. Back and forth, 6-4. A lot of the games are coming down to, as backgammon happens, every roll is deciding it one way or the other. There have been some jokers, some huge flips. And you are watching the 2026 Michigan Summer Championships. The main event will, I imagine, be starting tomorrow night. I think I don't have the schedule. Usually starts Friday night, maybe even early Saturday morning. And the players, not back. The grounds crew, players are coming back. Grounds crew on the field, raking the dirt. Getting everything pretty for you. There it is. Now I'm back in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, that was a tricky pip count on the last bear off. I got to take into account all the wastage on the ace. The actual pip count does not reflect the effective pip count. Knowing the effective pip count is an excellent way to figure out exactly what's going on. I don't know what counting system you use. Let me know. What counting system do you prefer? There's eyesight, there's the Keith count, there's the new Benjamin method. What do you like? What does everyone want to do? Everyone's got their favorite. I would love to learn the Benjamin method a little better. That seems to be the most accurate thing out there. Art Benjamin, a brilliant mathematician, has come up with his own effective pip count method. And it appears at the point to be the most accurate out there. He can get the count within a fraction of accuracy as compared to others. I am still a slave to the Keith count, which I love, just to give me a general idea. And quite often it starts to fail when there's only a few checkers left. But it works for me. Using the Keith count worked for me. What is your favorite pip count method? Please tell me in the chat. Let's talk counting. Pip counting. Are you a backgammon dork like me? Then tell me how you count the pips. If you would like to be admitted to the Backgammon Dork Club, you must learn how to pip count. What else we got going? Curious, Alex, to know what you use for adjusted pip counts. Players have still not returned. I don't even see anyone in the room. Perhaps there was a fire drill and everyone went outside, or maybe they announced free cookies in the lounge. That would certainly get me out of the room. Sometimes I will leave a match mid-roll for cookies, especially chocolate chip. Not so much peanut butter cookies. Talk to me, people. We're gonna have. I got to do it. Live call-ins. Live call-in is gonna have to be a way to go. Flash my number on there. Get some live call-ins. Thank you for joining me in outer space in orbit. Coming to you live, orbiting planet Earth in the Milky Way galaxy. For the Michigan Milky Way Galaxy Summer Championship. This game brought to you by Mate, green tea mate, popular in South America. And if you're from South America, you drink it or know someone who does. Or if you have previously dated someone from South America, you have probably got turned on to it. It's like coffee, but just as disgusting. And equally addictive. Once again, this is all brought to you by Backgammon.com, Joker Backgammon Boards, the American Backgammon Tour, the United States Backgammon Federation, and the game of Dosh, which I don't know if you can see that with the background. You can't see it, but trust me, it's incredible. You can't see it when I put it next to my face. You still can't see it. You still can't see it, but trust me, next to my head is an amazing board game named Dosh. It is available at thegamecrafter.com. Designed by yours truly as a hobby. It is an abstract strategy game with a touch of luck. And instructive videos are available on my YouTube channel, which is under my name, Twilight Games, and available at thegamecrafter.com. Please check it out. And if you buy it, I think I make about $1.53. So you can help support backgammon commentators all over the world. And you get a cool game. Players taking an unusually long break. And I'm starting to think that the fire drill maybe actually happened. Nope, I see some movement in the background. That's a person leaving the room. We want people entering the room. Entering the room for Masters Round 1. John O'Hagan and Todd Obadal doing battle. We are halfway through this match to 11 points. Checkers are ready to go. Clock is ready to go. Looks like neither player really in time trouble. Can't really see the clock. Looks like 6 minutes, and I can't see what's on the other side because my computer screen is crazy. John O'Hagan has returned to the arena. And as soon as Todd comes back, the gentlemanly slugfest will continue. The chat has gone dead. Looks like chats have taken a break as well. Perhaps they've popped over to Stream 1 for another excellent match. Todd is back. The dice are out. The cups are in the hands. The dice will momentarily be in the cup.
All right, 6-4 is the score.
Yes.
And we are off, continuing. John with the lead, 5 away, 7 away. And Todd with the down and split, doesn't want to slot. Split slightly stronger. The slot is certainly painful. John comes out, sends him back immediately. 3-2, Todd's going to anchor up and solve that problem. John 3-2 wants to unstack that heavy midpoint. 6 checkers on the midpoint is ugly. Would love to get that down to the 11, use it as a builder. 4-3. Certainly, I imagine would bring 1 down, maybe 2. Yep, wants to get his priming structure going. John can't hit him. He has a good chance of making a point. Does hit him in the outfield. And Todd now firmly on defense. John 1-6 is not at all ideal. Might just jump out to the 18 point. Try and get something going. Sliding the 3 point is less sexy. Nothing really sexy here at all. Even breaking the 3 point anchor is not anything you want. Can't slot the 7 because you break your mid. Lots of ugly choices, and this is what separates the good players from the bad players, is how do you play your bad numbers. 18 point it is. If he doesn't get hit and covered, that'll create some good counterplay for him. Five, 3 for John. Is gonna deny the hit, only lead play with the 1 blot. 3-1. He could make his own 5 point, but he could also anchor up on the 18, which is a very strong play right now. It would really stop John's attack quite a bit, and that's why he's doing it. So now John would like to make the 5 point, but if he didn't anchor up on the 18 there, John would have a serious threat coming down. 6-5 will quickly make his 5 point. Even if Todd rolls a 3 now, he doesn't really want to break his 18 point. Unless you throw 2 of them, and then that is a different thing. So now he's going to hit and make a point in his board. Probably the 5 point. Unstacking the 6 is nice, but the 5 point is the 5 point. John 1-6. Just gonna jump out and keep racing. He's ahead in the race, so he's gonna race. His goal is to get that back checker out of there. Does not get hit back. Triple shot from Todd, can't produce. And so he's gonna safety everything up.
Okay. That's like 2, 3.
And challenge John to escape. Double 5s is John's dream roll, almost gets it. 5-4 is fine. He is perfectly safe now, just trying to bring everything home without complications. 6-4. Todd jumps out there. The race is still pretty much even, or was before that roll, so he doesn't mind jumping out as much. I don't know if he should have hung back for contact, but since he's very much still in the race, perhaps he feels he can jump out and gain a racing advantage with a big number here. He's down in the race now, I think. Minimal contact left for the players, but and therefore they are pretty much in a racing position, unless things get a little complicated. At the moment, Todd might have a harder time clearing his back points. That's a big number. He's going to continue his racing strategy. Probably. 108 for Todd is the count. $103, I think, for John, unless I counted wrong, which would mean Todd is up by a pip right now. And now John is up by 15, which is probably enough to send the cube if Todd doesn't throw a big number here. He's up by 8 now. So it's going to be close. It's going to be a close cube decision here. I imagine $87 for John. 95. I think for Todd, so 87.95 would, it looks like it would be double take. Did I just say that right? 87.95? Yeah. So the leader is up by 8 pips, which is around 10%. This is a pretty standard textbook double take. If the trailer's down by 12% or more, they want to drop. But when the leader's up by 10%, you got double there. And of course, now it's just up to the dice gods. One big double from Todd, and he might be able to reship it. She would love to do, and John's just hoping the dice gods cooperate. Not too much strategy to think about at this point. Just get them in, keep a good distribution. Both players have a nice little triangle distribution going between their 6, 5, 4, and 3, which is kind of what you want. Todd needs the big numbers, gets big numbers. That is exactly what he needs. Bring in 2. And this is very, very even, very, very close until it isn't. John still can't bring off a checker. Murgatroyd, thank you in the chat. You rock. You were discussing Dose with Dave Klauser this week. Yeah, Dave Klauser picked up a copy of it. He was immediately into the game. I had a great session with him. The die on the corner. Sometimes that happens with these dice. They have rounded corners and they will inexplicably just stand up on a corner. It looks almost impossible, but it happens. So yeah, Murgatroyd, thank you for letting me know. That's pretty awesome. I hope it was a good discussion. I hope you get to play it. Todd's still waiting for the big numbers. Certainly needs double 6s, double 5s at this point. Everything is stacked up heavily back there, but also is for John. 6 is dreamy. Todd's hoping John will roll small. Doesn't roll small. Rolls happily medium to big. Very, very tight. 6-4 is a great roll for Todd as well. Anything can happen. On the edge of our seats, the fans are standing, screaming, cheering, singing songs. It's like the World Cup, but different. 6-5 is a great roll. This is getting tight. John will pull off 2 checkers with that. Absolutely needed that. And this is a double 4s. Doesn't pull off a checker, but is incredibly helpful. And if John rolls teeny tiny, there might be a recube here. He's gonna think about this one. Well, there's at least 1 going to the ace point. We know that. And at least 1 going to the deuce point. Ooh, that could be enough to recube here. I think this is a redouble, maybe even a pass. This is where the counting systems for effective pip count come in handy. Yeah, this, I think I would be dropping this. It's really tight. It almost gets down to a rolling position. Todd could be off in 3 rolls. More likely, he will take him 4 rolls. And kind of the same for John. It's kind of in the middle of a 3 and 4 roll position. By the Keith count, this is a pass. But I don't know other counting systems. I'm curious to know what eyesight would say, or even the Benjamin count. So John with the lead really doesn't want to go down 3 away, 5 away. He'd rather have a tied game, obviously. John obviously with one more checker off, which is super helpful, but all his checkers back is kind of dangerous. I don't know. Let me know in the chat if anyone has an XG feed. Let me know. Again, I'd be tempted to let this one go. But it's tricky. John could throw one big double and just be done. But Todd could also throw a big double. Yes, Murgatroyd, I also heard that Dave Classa was playing in a pinball tournament this weekend. So I hope he did well. I hope he was the pinball wizard and killed it. Let me know when you guys want to have a Doge tournament, and I will gladly compete in that one. John finally does drop it, lets it go. Probably a wise decision, and we again have a tie game, 6-6. 5 away, 5 away. We're down to a 5-point match. We thought it was an 11-point match, but they just keep slowly creeping up the. It's like they never even played, and now they're just sitting down to a 5-point match. But they have played, and it's been amazing, and you've been watching. Thank you, Jim Sav1. Greatly appreciated. Love that compliment. I love you deeply, with all my heart. 5-point match. Masters, round 1. Fight. Double ones is beautiful, and he's going to split his back checkers because Todd has split his back checkers. If not, he would have made the 7-point. Whoa, throws one die off the table, hits John in the head. We might have to, no, he's okay. Thought we were going to have to rush him to the hospital. Game was getting violent. That's one way to win a match. Throw the dice directly into your opponent's eye. Impair their vision. Sometimes that's a tactic that works. Todd 3-1. Beautiful roll. He has a choice now, 5-point or other anchor. Looks for that. I might have done the other one, not that I'm right, but I would be going along the counter and anchor with an anchor. But the 5-point rack is gorgeous. Double fives is not going to play well at all. For Todd, he has to bring everything down. Really awkward. John now with total control in the outfield. And especially with this 6-1, we might be seeing a cube from John, although Todd with doing well in the race with those double fives, so maybe not. And now the anchor. And now we're very much even here. John looking great. The Miracle 6-4 is in the cup for Todd. Oh, so close, 6-3. He gets to strengthen his board. John would love to make his 4-point. Which he can do, but not like that. I don't think he wants to give up prime to do it. And so, 4-2. There's a choice. He can obviously bring the checker down to the 7, but that gives him, doesn't really help his flexibility. He's possibly even thinking of slotting this. But won't. Oh, maybe he will. Or this. This gives him 3 checkers to come down on the 4. It front loads his prime a little bit, which isn't always desirable. It does bring a checker in to his home board. Yeah, this keeps the spare checkers back a little more. It's nicer flexibility and a prettier position. It's just a little sexier. Cock die, re-roll. Hey, Murgatroyd, Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. I know you got your bag of candy sitting by your side. You are munching on a Kit Kat, watching some backgammon. Greetings to you. Happy to see you here. John now with the nice checker distribution. Looking to make that 4-point. Todd, big double 6s. Comes in, comes around. Looks like this might be double pass time. Maybe. It's certainly double time. And it's certainly pass time. Insta-double, insta-pass. The double 6s can do that. Just a moment, checking all the people. My good friend Boo Boo from France has been watching the chat. And we're moving on. 4-way, 5-away. 4-away, 5-away, as you probably know, is the weird score where the leader can be slightly aggressive with the cube if they can smell gammons, as a gammon will win them the match. So if Todd gets in a gammonish position, we could see the cube. I missed what he has to play, the 2. Okay, yeah, that certainly seems like the 2 to play. Was possibly considering a tempo hit on the ace, but that's a little rough. Double 5s from John will put him comfortably ahead in the race. And now Todd would love to slam down the 5 or 7 point. Or maybe the 2 point. Not ideal, but a point is a point. Gives him a stronger home board. John 6-1. Lovely. 4-3 from Todd. He could hit on the ace and maybe try to start that thing happening. Does have 10 checkers in the zone, which would lean towards the hit. But then, ooh, there's this play. Putting some pressure on John to throw a 4. This is a play I would not have found. This is a big boy play. Gets the 4 and jumps out. And depending on what Todd does here, John is now starting to think about the cube. 1-6, not ideal. Doesn't want to leave the spare checker on the 24, and so we'll come out straight away, putting a little pressure on John. And John says, you know, I got some threats, man. Got some threats on you. And a quick drop. Tie game, 4-way, 4-way. Todd wanted no part of that. John was threatening way too much. Had his checkers escaped. 4-way, 4-way, down to the wire. A doubled gammon wins it. Boo Boo, hello Boo Boo. She did in fact say hi in the chat. Hi Boo Boo. On the beach in France, I imagine she will be checking out the World Championships. And I hope you do too. Double 5s from Todd is huge. Hits back, makes a point. And if John dances now, we might see an early double, but he doesn't dance. He makes an anchor. delightful for him. It also weakens Todd's 3-point behind his anchor. And Todd, he's going to elect to hit. Very aggressive. Someone mentioned in the chat that he's an aggressive player. This play is certainly strong, especially with a stronger home board. And now John very much on defense. Todd very much looking to escape his checkers, while simultaneously looking to make the 5 and 7 point, maybe even the 9 point with those spares. And John has an extra 1 to play. He's going to split, give him a little more flexibility with his defense. And Todd senses a gammon in the air. He's going to flip it, but he still has some work to do. Fairly easy take, I would think, from John. 6-4 is big. He could jump out all the way. He could also make a 7 point, which he probably doesn't want to do. And he could also smash him on the 2 point and continue going for the gammon. So he has some options. Probably it's either he's looking to jump out or this play, the hitting play. Especially now in kind of a gammon go. 5-2, he's going to hit. Todd didn't want to get hit. Double 2s. You could hit him on the 5 point. There's also the shifting play on the ace.
2-2.
Oh, is that not double 2? It looks like double 2.
2-2.
Yeah, John says, wait, man, that's double 2. Let's move 3-4, double 2. So that's 1. So yeah, he could hit on the 5 point. He could also come down and strengthen the outfield, making the 11 point. Or he could shift. And we love the 5 point. John, lots of return shots now. That is one of them. The only non-5 that hits, other than, well, double 1s as well, I guess. And both players slugging it out. Todd will probably continue to hit on the 5. Going to fight for that one. Fight for the 5 point. Fight, fight, fight. The 3-2 is a 5, but the wrong 5. And now a 1 Todd would love, even a 5-4. There's the 1. There's the 2 to get his anchor going. Still very even. Todd with the slight advantage. That die was slightly cocked. We are playing dice on checkers, but it was leaning a little bit. For 2. Not ideal. He could just jump out with the back checker. At this point, usually when you have all your other points stripped and 1 spare checker, you're usually just looking to play with that 1 checker and leave everything else intact. John now entering a weird back game, double anchor holding game. Doesn't really have the timing, I don't think, for it at the moment. But that is certainly the game plan at the moment for him. Yeah, it's actually not bad timing at all. He's down about 50-something pips, 60 maybe. Now a little less. So his timing's not horrible. Makes the rack, definitely loves that. Double 3s is not ideal for Todd. He's going to have to leave something in the air unless he buries a checker on the deuce, which I imagine he does not want to do. Well, he does want to do this, not taking any chances whatsoever. John, there's that spare checker play, just talking about. All his other points are stripped. Just wants to move that around. 4-3 for Todd, also playing with that 1 spare checker. Neither player really wants to break either of their strip points. 6 for Todd. John with the weaker board. Todd could consider now making the 9-point. Yeah, not the 10-point, the 9-point. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the 10-point. I'm wrong. I'm the one seeing things now. 6-2 for John. Doesn't get the hit, but gets to strengthen his rear position. Playing pure. Leaves a flash shot. John isn't necessarily looking for that, but I imagine he would take it if he could. This is a great improvement, stepping up, getting better outfield control. And making Todd's life a little harder. Damn, we're in a tight spot. Double sixes, again, not the best roll. You can only play 3 of them. Not the huge double 6 swing one would normally expect. Four, 2. Kind of ugly. Todd might just have to bury a couple more checkers or do a pay now, since John does have a blot in his home board, but really doesn't want to leave him anything. He's ahead. He wants to get home safely. Doesn't want to give John has the cube. Doesn't want to give him any chance to flip that back at him for the match. Not really looking for the gammon now. 5-2 is kind of ugly for John. He has a little more freedom to play loose like this and create some more contact since he's behind. Getting hit is less of a problem for him. 2-1. He can certainly hit. He can hit and lift as well in his home board. He's going to do that. This is going to duplicate 3s and 4s beautifully. And now Todd would love to keep hitting him or just bring everything home safely, but a hit is certainly good. This is very safe for him. He could hit as well, but I think at this point he just wants to keep it nice and safe. He is facing the standard problem of clearing his 10-point, which is 6 away from his opponent's anchor. That is always a problem point, especially when your opponent has a solid shot like that. 5-2, he is probably going to have to hit. He really doesn't have anything else. Big roll for John here. Gets the hit. Comes out and now is immediately thinking of the recube. He might not do it yet. He's still got some work to do. Now, the problem for Todd is if he comes in with something like a 3-2, for example, he has to leave another blot or shot, which could get ugly. So this is now going to become a complicated cube decision type position. But yeah, John would love to get a couple checkers around to help threaten to close the 3-point first. And is using this opportunity to escape some back checkers. The more he can escape, the more he can think about the recube for the match. Todd badly wants to come in now. 3-2 would be excellent for him. Gets the 3-2. What a joker. Unbelievable. Will hit something, maybe in the outfield to not give direct shots. Absolutely needed that. What a huge roll. And then John is certainly going to be looking for the return hit. Needs it. Needs the return hit. Well, doesn't need it, but really wants it. 3-4, 3-6, double 4s, 4-6, 2-6s, not it. Big dance. Todd would love to hit and cover that checker. Can't even hit it. And so he might just safety up one of the checkers to the 5-point. Oh, I'm sorry, 5-3 makes a 3-point. That's very huge. I didn't even see that immediately. My apologies. I was only looking at the hit. So yeah, big roll. John still can't get in. Had his hope. Hope is a dangerous thing in backgammon. 6-5. He's going to play it nice and safe. Does not want to give John a chance to flip that cube, and duplicates fours and hits the double four. Oh, wow. Couple of jokers back and forth. First Todd with the 3-2, and now John with the double fours. This game is a crazy one, and now the recube. This is going to be difficult to take. He does not, of course, for the match. And now 2-away, 4-way. Wow, what a couple of swings. That was crazy. What a sequence. That's why we play this game. This game is nuts. Two-away, 4-way. Both players looking for gammons. Of course, John would love the undoubled gammon. What an incredible match. That could have gone either way. Very even right now. That's about as even as it gets. 4-3, huge roll. John Todd would love 4-3-6-5 right now to counter that. 5-3 is also all right. Todd looking for an anchor of his own, or possibly a flash shot. Imagine he's hesitant to anchor up on the 23 and block himself in, rather have the flexibility there. Leaves John the 4, but he knows John doesn't want to hit the 4 and break his anchor. Two, not the best. Where to play the 2? None of them are really attractive. John 5-4. He gets to hit 2 now, and now he is looking at an. Oh, he's not hitting 2. He's playing it safe. I thought for a moment he would hit 2 and go for an undoubled gammon, but wants to get around and not take any chances. And this allows Todd a little bit of counterattack. And John putting him right back on the roof. Todd needs a 5 badly, and gets it, and he gets to have a solid defense. Again, double 3s, and yeah, we have another double anchor holding game / backgame-ish kind of position. And 4-2, Todd's going to play pure as we do in these types of positions. Just want to play pure. Hits are less destructive and really just kind of helps Todd keep his timing in this position. At this point, he's waiting for John to slip and leave him a hit. 3-1 again. Keeping a prime. The way you counter a back game is with a priming structure. You want the opponent who's playing the double anchor or back game to crunch their front position when they can't escape their back checkers. Todd looks like he has plenty of timing for this. Continues to play pure, wants to make his 5-point, be ready for that hit when it comes. John doesn't mind the double ones at all. He's really scared of big doubles right now that could leave him in an ugly position.
Two.
Wants to try to stay flexible and is doing a good job of priming in Todd's back checkers. He would love for Todd to roll big right now, which he doesn't do. Todd, this is classic double anchor or back-game position. Todd with good timing. John's down to 4 points. He wants to get down to 3 points. And of course would love to win the gammon straight out, which he could do in these kind of positions if he never offers up the hit. Three, 2 can make the 8. He could also play pure to the 7, but this is nice and strong, especially since John might be offering up a hit soon, but not yet. 5, 4. Todd double 5's not what he wanted. That kind of ruins his timing. He certainly doesn't want to jump out with the back checkers and solely be reliant on the 3 point. He really wants to maintain his double anchor, and the double 5s hurt him a lot. He is now in danger of crunching his board, which is the worst thing you can do in these kind of positions. And so he'll probably have to jump out now. Yep. That blot on the 20 points, still a very effective threat for John. Oh, that's a big roll. Double 1s. He's punishing. He could continue to completely play safe. He could obviously also do like a shifting play and then bury a couple checkers on the ace point. I don't think he would leave the blot. Yep, there you go. And now John feeling better about this without having the 2 anchors to worry about. 4-3 is going to leave an indirect next roll. 6-3 is duplicated. Double 3s would also be fantastic for Todd, as would double 6s. So 6-3, double 3s, double 6, 4 rolls in the cup if he plays this. Four dreamy rolls for him. There's the double 3s, gets the hit. Wow, what a turnaround. John will still have a counter shot unless he breaks his 5 point to do that, but I don't think he will do that. Big roll for John here. Love to hit him with the 2 and jump out. Can't do it with the 6s. And now the potential for a cube from Todd looms. He would really love to cover that deuce point first. But also John's threatening to leave him a second checker if he comes in with a 1-5, 1-4. Yep, there it is. Gammons are there. Even if he comes in with a 2 and hits him, a 2-5, 2-4, not 2-5, a 2-4 would leave an extra checker. And this is a difficult call. And he drops it. We are moving up to 2-away, 3-away. Forgive me, I'm going to run away for a quick moment. And I will be back in a flash. Please forgive me. Okay, we're back. What I missed, still 2 away, 3 away. Excellent. Todd looking to be aggressive with the cue, but looking at this position, he certainly is in no position to do that yet. John offering up the cube at this match score. That is a big balls cube. Wow, knowing he's going to get it right back in his face. That would scare the crap out of me to give. John has ice in his veins. Todd's going to take that. He gets a lot of equity gain in that. He gets to flip the cube back immediately, and we are now playing for the match. Wow, that is a big boy double. I am curious to know what XG says about that. And Todd double fours immediately gets to strengthen his home board and put a lot of pressure on John to not leave a shot. 6-1, 6-4 fly shots, 2-5. 3-5 is not it. Gets to make his... gets to slot his 5 points, sorry. John is going to be hesitant to hit with a 1 in the outfield because of all the returns. Like this. Hitting in the outfield now would leave 1-5, 1-6, 3-5, 3-6. And so as tempted as he is to hit, he might hesitate. And does just that. 6-4 would be a super roll right now. 2-1 will make us 5 point. Suppose he could step up as well with the 2 and gain a little more outfield threats. It looks like that's what he's going to do. Big boy play right there. Again, John hesitant to hit on the ace. And this just makes John's Baron that much more difficult. And now he can't just freely put a checker on the 8 or 9 point. Needs a 1. Game turning roll. 5-4 doesn't even enter. Wow, this could go either way. 3-1. He's going to cover that and hit. John firmly in control right now. Todd needs a 3 to anchor up. Double threes would be fantastic. Doesn't get that. Wow, what a sequence of rolls right there. And John could hit again on the 3, but at this point, even if Todd anchors up on the 3, John is very much ahead. Gammons do not matter anymore. 2-1, he could pick and pass. Doesn't do that. I'm not sure why you wouldn't pick and pass there. Six-2, bringing down maximum builders to attack the 3 point. 6-4 does not hit in cover. Todd's board is just way too strong. John doesn't want to get hit back or give him any chance like that. Oof, double 5s. They either break the 6 point or clear the 6 point rather, which might be the play. I don't think he wants to hit him. He just wants to get in, get out, and go get a snack. Still would love to hit and cover the 3 point. Can't do it, but he can bring all his checkers into safety. And Todd once again looking to flip the tables and steal this back. The match is on the line. Return shots could be fatal. Wow, what an incredible match between these guys. Todd comes in with the 6-2, now just hoping his little pink baby on the 3 point can make things happen. 5-4 is not it. Hope is going away very quickly for Todd. There's still some sequences that do something. But he's going to have to be patient about it. John's certainly not offering up the shot soon. It's going to take a couple of rolls. 3-2 is not it. And now 6-1, 5-1, 4-1, 3-1 is going to be the only thing that saves Todd. Big roll here. This is game deciding. 2-1 keeps him alive for the moment. Todd will get one more chance at a winning sequence. And this is it. 8 of them. 6-1, 5-1, 4-1, 3-1. 6-4 is not it. This match is over. There's the handshake. Congratulations to John O'Hagan, winning Masters Round 1.